right, good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday, June 16, 2022 at 5:45 p.m. We're at the police station committee room, and I'll call to order the Freetown Board of Selectmen meeting. I'd like to mention that this meeting is being recorded and it will be available on the town's YouTube website. First, we're actually gonna go a little bit out of order. I'm gonna kick it over to Jared for Board of Health.
Thank you, Trevor. All right, so agenda item number 8. First is discuss and vote on standards, policies, penalties to apply to businesses that violate tobacco regulations. So, Kevin?
Sure. So I briefly let the board know that we had a recent tobacco violation at the Prime Express over on Mason Road. Their violation was that they sold tobacco products to somebody under the age of 21, okay? So in the documents that I gave you, the top document is the actual corrective action and notice. After that, because there was some discussion about, you know, what are the penalties and all, I've given you the citations under the Mass General Law to see where we get the punishments from. The third item I've given you is a letter that we have sent out to our tobacco permit holders. I want permission, or at least your blessing to send it out again. It just lets them know what we're expecting from them, what they're required to have. And then finally, there's a 2021 sales regulation. It's never been adopted. I guess it's been floating around for a while. It incorporates a lot of the mandatory stuff from the state, but because of time and all, I'm just going to give that stuff for you for information purposes only. I think it's gonna require a bit more time for us. And I would kindly request that we put it on the agenda for July 28th.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now for the initial, for the violation, unfortunately for them, a mistake was made, and again, they sold to a minor. The requirement from the state is that there's a $1,000 fine and a minimum, a loss of their license to sell tobacco products, anywhere from 1 to 30 days.
I'm sorry, I don't want to.
Sure.
I'm just going to say that based on that, we'll just push off agenda item number 8, but then we're gonna move on to agenda item number 9 for discussion and vote on penalty for first tobacco violations at Prime Express.
I apologize, Mr. Chairman.
No, it's all set. I just.
Yes, no, you're absolutely correct.
Thank you.
So, to your point, what we're here to discuss relative to this one in particular incident is the length of suspension for the license. Now, I'll give you a background. To date, we have had no violations whatsoever from this location, no warnings, no complaints. I've been in contact immediately after notice of the violation. I was contacted by management and the owner. They expressed they were upset with the employee that this doesn't typically happen. They have since, and before this hearing or this meeting take place, they've instituted a remedial training policy. They are contemplating, and it seems like they are going to institute a policy where they were going to card everybody under the age of 40 who appears under the age of 40. I recommended that. I know it can be a pain in the neck, but you know, there's one surefire way to make sure that this doesn't happen. The unfortunate part is these are escalating, right? So you'll see that it goes up $3,000, $5,000, loss of license up to a week, up to 30 days. And ultimately, if there is a significant amount of violations in a period of time, that location will lose its license. Not the store, not the person, but that actual address. So whatever store goes there, right? They're pretty serious on the state side, and I get it, right? When you look at the statistics relative to this, a high percentage of smokers started when they were in their teens or about 18, and I think that's the effort here. So I did speak again to the owner today. I let him know that what I was going to present to the board. He said if I felt that he had to be here tonight, he said the only reason why he would come was to see if he couldn't ask for forgiveness so that we wouldn't have to suspend his license. I explained to him that we don't have a choice. He said, and I explained to him what it was. He says, I understand. So I was looking if the board's amenable to a one-day suspension, given the fact that their history is such that we have no issues over there and haven't had any. Our town's been very good about it, quite honestly. And I know we've got the holiday weekend. By the time I would get this paperwork out and over to them, I would be looking at a Tuesday or a Wednesday of next week to suspend the license. Mm-hmm. Now, the only, I think, question that I have, in some instances, towns require them to remove the product out. I get that if it were going to be a 5-day, 7-day, 30-day, the practicality of moving the product out of the building, for a business that's only open, 18 hours in a day. The idea is we don't want them to sell it,
Mhm.
So, go ahead, Jared, please.
No, I'm sorry, yeah, so my suggestion for that would be to keep it on location, but away from the counter.
Okay.
So that way, an individual can't come in and get upset with the person behind the counter telling them they can't sell the
Sure.
product that they can see.
Sure.
So we ask them to take it away from, away from the counter,
Mhm.
put it in a back room somewhere secure, and then that way the next day they can bring it back out. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know how the rest of the board feels about that, but I don't think that removing it off site is gonna make it any better.
No, and it leads to additional challenges, and again, even within our own criminal system, the crime has to fit, and the punishment should fit the crime, and I'm not arguing against those towns that make folks do that, but, what I'm getting at is, just the practicality of it, especially for a 1 day, right? Where do we bring it to, secure site, I'll defer to the board, if you guys wanna vote on what the length, if you're amenable to the 1 day, and me instituting that
Yeah,
for Tuesday
so-
or Wednesday of next week.
Yeah, I'm actually 100% on board with you, Kevin. So with that, I don't know if you guys have any input on this situation.
Do you have any questions?
No, whatever the length is, make sure they put a sign up, at the door, so people just go in there for tobacco, I'm assuming it's dip,
Yep.
It's
It's all tobacco products,
any
right?
tobacco.
Tobacco, vape,
Anything.
papers, all tobacco products.
So something at the door, so people don't waste their time walking in,
Okay.
most time it's cigarettes, gas.
Sure,
Maybe a
sure,
six
no,
pack.
you're not wrong, you're not
So,
wrong,
Yeah, I think we're going with this 1 day.
okay.
Again,
Kevin, you have any?
No, that makes sense to me.
Alright, so with that, I guess, we gotta vote on it, so I guess I'm gonna suggest that we go with I don't think I have to say the day, right? 'Cause,
You don't have to say the specific
Yeah,
day,
I-
no, just the length, so I can
Yeah.
fill in there's a blank, you'll see it, there's a
I
blank
just
on
didn't
there.
know if they wanted the date in there for that, so
Nope.
with that, I'm gonna entertain a motion that we suspend Prime Express's tobacco license for 1 day and issue a $1,000 fine.
Alright, I'll make that motion.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I appreciate that, thank
We
you.
appreciate it,
Yeah,
thank you.
and if there's any other questions for me, Paul?
So we'll vote on the, like, having the policy on the next meeting, is that? or-
Yeah,
28th
we have
of July.
July 28th, we have time set aside to have Board of Health meeting as a separate meeting. So with that, I was thinking, we could do it on the 28th, and then that way we could go through all that stuff in a little bit greater detail and whatnot.
Okay, I think Kevin also asked if we would vote on to, give permission to send out that, the form, or is that also related to the,
You want, that you want to do it, he's talking about the form that we had in here.
that you sent out
We're
before,
gonna
you
do
wanna
that
send
on the
out?
28th, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm sorry, yes.
Okay,
yes,
all right,
no
cool.
problem, yes.
Alright,
Yep,
so,
Thank you, I
thank-
appreciate it, so.
thank you,
thank you very much.
all right,
Thank you.
have a good night, yeah.
Alright,
You as
so
well, thank you, good luck.
back to me. Alright, next is, the open meeting session minutes from 5/16/2022. I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Alright, agenda item 2, executive session minutes from 6/6/2022. I'll entertain a motion to approve but not release the executive session minutes from 6/6/2022.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, moving on, we have the discussion on the cemetery vandalism. So, now, do we have the chief here to speak on this, or, no? So I guess I can just say, from what I know, is that, we've had multiple local cemeteries vandalized. The police are investigating this, and I think there are actually some suspects now. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say on that. I know that they have since been cleaned, which is great. They were able to get those cleaned up, but, it's a very unfortunate situation, and hopefully we find the person who's doing this. Anything to add on that?
No, they've been doing a great job.
Okay, alright. Agenda item 4 is discussion on the videographer's pay rate to $150 per meeting. It's currently at It's currently at 50 and 50, so 50 for the meeting, and then 50 for the editing. That it's been that since 2017. I have no issues with increasing that, just, we all know that the cost of living has increased substantially. Also, it should be noted that the person who did this before, or also had, was getting 75 and 75. That's correct, right? So, any discussion on this?
No, I think that's more than fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to increase the videographer's pay rate to $150 a meeting in total.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we should just probably note that that's from the PEG access money.
Oh, yeah,
so-
that's right, you're right, I meant to note that, yeah, so this is,
Yeah.
comes from the pay access money, yeah. All right, moving on, agenda item 5 is, discussion about to release the town's first right of refusal on 81 High Street, Lot B, and this is owned by, it's Clark.
William F. Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clarkie's field, pretty much behind it.
Mhm.
So, and we've got a recommendation, that I'm just gonna find this. I mean, I looked at it on the map, I don't see I can't think of a reason why the town would wanna own this. Does anyone have any questions or concerns?
No.
No, the only thing I thought of was what they're planning on doing. It's right abutted to the state forest. Do we have any idea other than what's here in these pages? It's pretty vague.
Yeah, no, because it's just a division of land at this point, right? So I don't see, but knowing that property and the way that that property lies, there's probably ledge issues as well as wetlands issues. So it's not gonna be something that you're gonna see a huge subdivision go in or anything like that. I mean, it's a good parcel of land, but it's nothing too big, so, yeah.
Yeah, also the planning board did recommend that we do not exercise, the right to purchase the land,
Mhm.
which I think is they're much more
Yeah,
involved in.
absolutely.
Excuse me,
Yes.
Margaret, French Conservation Commission,
Yeah.
we also voted not to.
Not to exercise?
exercise.
Okay, great, thank you very much.
There you go.
Okay, so with that, I'll entertain a motion to release the town's first right of refusal for 81 High Street Lot B zoning.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright. Alright. It's over to you.
All right, Personnel Board, item number 6. Appoint Victoria DeAntoni to the Joint Transportation Planning Group of Serpent, effective 6/1/2022 to 6/1/2023. I think it's pretty straightforward. Anybody have any questions on it?
No.
All right, that said, I'll entertain a motion to appoint Victoria DeAntoni to the Joint Transportation Planning Board of Serpent, effective June 1st, 2022 to June 1st, 2023.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 7, appoint Deborah L. Petty as the alternate to the Joint Transportation Planning Group of Serpent, effective June 1st, 2022 to June 1st, 2023. Pretty straightforward as well.
Yep.
Any discussion?
Nope.
All right, entertain a motion to appoint Deborah L. Petty as the alternate to the Joint Transportation Planning Group of Serpent, effective June 1st, 2022 to June 1st, 2023.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion made? Aye.
All in favor?
Yeah.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright, great. So now, we move over to the joint meeting between, Finance Committee and the Board of Selectmen.
Margaret, do you wanna open your meeting?
Yes.
Oh, having a quorum, I'll call the Finance Committee meeting to order at 5:58.
Hello, everyone.
Huh?
I said hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Officially saying hi.
Real fast before we get to transfers, did everyone have a chance to read the minutes?
Yeah.
I sent out. Any questions? Any issues? I'll entertain a motion to.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, minutes are accepted, and now moving on to budget transfers.
Okay, great. Yep, so item 10 is discussion and vote on the request for the appropriation transfer from health insurance premiums to Medicare in the amount of $6,531. And the reason stated here is, it's just an increase, right, in the price. I got these backwards, I think. My agenda, sorry.
Maybe that was the cover sheet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was looking at the other one. Yeah, I don't have much of this, I'm not really sure exactly what the health insurance premiums Medicare transfer request is for.
Okay, is it from line item to line item, or is it
Yes.
internal?
It was to cover the shortfall in Medicare. Yes.
So, okay, pretty standard then.
Yeah.
Any concerns, Kim? No?
I don't have any concerns. Currently there is a deficit of, 1,531.13. The payroll that is being processed on, the 22nd, will charge Medicare, approximately $3,431.10. So, we will again have an increasing deficit of at least $5,000. So I believe the request would be adequate to cover the deficit. There's currently $247,952.61 in the health insurance account, and all bills have been paid through June. So there's adequate funding to do the transfer.
Okay, thank you. So I guess I'll entertain a motion to approve the request for appropriation transfer from health insurance premiums to Medicare in the amount of $6,531.13.
Motion made.
Second. Alright, all in favor?
Aye.
I'll entertain a motion to transfer this money from health insurance to Medicare, $6,531.13.
I'll make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's just a natural reaction.
Natural reaction, that's embarrassing.
Okay, great. Alright, so next is a request for appropriation transfer from Highway Department to capital equipment in the amount of $25,000, and this is related to the pickup truck, or so the quote, so the explanation is the quote provided when preparing the town meeting article has expired. The vendor can no longer honor that quote due to Ford's production schedule. The new quote is approximately $58,300, and the transfer request includes an additional cushion of approximately $5,000 in the event of something else changes. So,
So if it doesn't change, what happens to the $5,000?
it's a good question.
We'll only use what we need. Ford right now isn't taking any orders until the end of October. They're not gonna do any production until January. Neither of the two supply houses that we deal with have any stock at all. They don't expect, even if, we don't expect to get this truck till the end of next summer, probably next September. And searching dealers to see if we can come up with something, but as a rule, a dealer doesn't wanna sell to a municipality, because typically municipalities get anywhere between 15 to 17% off list price. So with inventory being as low as it is, they'd rather hold on to the stock and sell it for the full, as much money as they can get. I'd rather have a little bit of a cushion, just because Ford hasn't set their prices for the 2023 vehicles yet. They're expecting anywhere between a $5,000 and a $10,000 increase. So, town meeting, they approved $39,000. The best we could do with that is find something used, something. We've got, I think, at the payroll, we probably have an extra $60,000 in personnel. We're looking for 25, just as a cushion. Again, if the world reverts back to normal and we could buy this truck for $39,000 or $40,000, obviously we're not, if you give us $60,000, we're not gonna buy a $60,000 truck. We're gonna buy the same truck no matter what it costs. But I mean, it's up to, if you wanna do the transfer.
Yeah.
The town did give us 39,000, and that was a great deal, but in the world we live in right now, that quote that we got in January was 39,000, is now 58. I've got another price of 55, so
Wow.
that's how much that same vehicle has increased in the last 5 months.
Yeah, I think we've all seen it. I mean, I'm not,
It's
well, I wish I was surprised, but I'm really not.
It's everywhere. And,
Yeah.
the big truck that the townspeople gave us permission to buy, the company, we usually buy international, they're quoting out 2025s now, because they don't expect anything between now and then. Called Freightliner, another vendor, they're quoting in 2024, so we won't see that truck, probably for 2 years at least.
Jeez.
And Chuck, there's no 2022s or 21s available
We have scoured every lot, everybody's in the same boat.
Sure.
So people are buying trucks that they don't even want, just so they can have a truck. We're trying to find chassis. I found one in Pennsylvania I called on. They wanted, I think a chassis for us to buy is, say, 125,000. They were trying to up it to like 160,000 for the same chassis. It was in Pennsylvania. So it's, we're on uncharted times, as we've all seen. You don't think it can get any worse, and lo and behold, it does.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's totally up to the board and the finance committees, whether you wanna float that money over, or just hold us to the 39,000.
Any other questions? Any questions?
So they have to have, you're talking about 22, 23, 24, 25. So, I mean, we're gonna be 3 years out here for the truck.
For the pickup truck, we should have the pickup truck next summer.
Yeah.
Ford, the numbers that they have are a 2022 price. Ford will not release what they're gonna be charging.
Mhm.
Again, we're a municipality, so we usually get 15 to 17% off. So the salesmen are telling me you should expect at least a $5,000 increase.
Mhm.
So that gives us, by moving the 25,000 over, it puts us right in that ballpark. You're giving yourself another $5,000 cushion,
Yeah, I hear you.
just as security. But
So I mean, you know, technically speaking, we have time to move that money over. Nothing's gonna happen until next summer.
no,
At
the
the
thing
very-
is, we can't, we're all gonna be fighting for the same vehicles. There's 30 municipalities fighting over 25 trucks.
They don't take deposits, do they?
They won't take deposits. And we can't give them a purchase order, we can't sign a letter of agreement until we have the funding secured.
Yeah, and the letter of intent, right?
Right, that's basically what they're looking for now, is a letter of intent, so they can put in their order.
And then even if you don't want it, though, from what I read, if you don't want it, at the end,
Okay.
say something changes, right? If you don't need it, you can walk away from it, no
That's
penalty.
right, that's right, and if the price goes through the roof, we send a letter of intent, we commit to $55,000. If next year the truck goes to 58,000, we can walk away.
Yeah.
If the price drops, which would be great, if it went back to normal, but chances are it won't.
Mhm.
But I just wanted that 25 was a safe number. I think we're gonna have it covered, and if for whatever reason, the increases are such, there's not a whole lot of room that we can dummy down this truck, but, like I said, I've got people searching dealers right now to see if we can find something.
Mhm.
You know, the redheaded stepchild on the back of the lot that, you know, maybe it's orange, maybe it's sky blue paint, nobody wants it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't, as long as it runs and we can put a plow on it, it can go to work.
Yeah.
The other option is the 39,000, we stick to that number, we find something, the best we can find used. The best I found so far was a 2015 that had like 79,000 miles on didn't have a plow.
Yeah, the used car market is crazier than the new car market right now.
It really is, and when you buy used cars, you don't benefit from that municipality discount.
Yeah.
You're paying full boat, you know, cause if you don't buy it, Joe's gonna buy it, or Manny's gonna buy it, or Sarah's gonna buy it.
Mhm.
Right now, it's a dealer's market if they have the inventory.
I mean, you also don't know what you're getting, Chuck,
You
with
don't
a
know what
used
you're getting.
vehicle, the warranty, I'm
You know,
sticking to plow
obviously,
myself.
for us to buy a pickup truck, it's an investment, it's not like, you know, the little old lady that buys a new Cadillac every 2 years because she gets bored of the color. We buy it and we run it into the ground, and then we get rid of it.
Yeah.
This truck is going to replace a 2011. That, you know, it's been good to the town, but it's.
I guess that was gonna be my next question, is the truck that it's replacing, is it still drivable and usable at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So then,
we've just invested probably $3,000 into it, because I could see that we're gonna probably have that truck for another year. You know, we were hoping to turn that over to the school department, and they were gonna use it internally, and everything was gonna be hunky-dory, but, I didn't expect a $20,000 increase in 6 months.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
kind of knocked us off the wagon a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate, it's not just the truck industry, it's every industry. I can't buy concrete blocks. We've searched all of New England to find a certain kind of concrete block, they do not exist. It's kind of hampering the way we rebuild catch basins or build catch basins, because we have to kind of monkey it to make it work. So
Alright.
it's the world.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Chuck.
Sounds
So,
like we should invest a couple $100,000 in bids on trucks, and when we get it, we could get some money.
I'd be honest about this.
Sell to the other municipalities nearby?
Yeah, yeah.
Freetown used car lot. All right, so with that, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the request for the appropriation transfer from Highway Department to Capital Equipment in the amount of $25,000.
motion made?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
I'll entertain a motion to approve this transfer from highway to capital for 25,000.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Moving on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you, Chuck.
I do wanna see the pink one though. Find a pink one.
I don't care what color it is, as long as it runs and works.
Does it come with a pink plow?
There you go. Sure they make them.
That's in fashion these days.
We're all inclusive in this team, so.
Alright, so moving on, we got the, next is the request for transfer, from the reserve fund to trash and disposal department fund, in the amount of $9,000 to pay the remaining landfill, disposal fees.
It's, you know, for everything, it's like, you know, fluctuation, right, in the amount of trash and what we judged, and
Yeah,
more trash than what we anticipated, so.
and then it says the,
Also, the budget last year was built around Republic. We did not hire Borges till after October's, town meeting, so the fees are a little bit different, and in this day and age, it's going up.
Mhm.
So this is to cover through the end of the
Mhm.
fiscal year.
okay. Alright. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to approve the, request for request for transfer from the reserve fund to the trash disposal department fund in the amount of $9,000 to pay for the remaining landfill disposal fees.
Motion made?
Second.
Alright, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll entertain a motion to move from reserve to the trash collection for 6,000.
Make a motion.
This one was 9,000?
We're talking
9,000.
Oh, did I say?
Sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
you
you
had it
okay.
right.
That was the next one.
Okay, yeah.
For 9,000.
Make a motion.
Bob,
Motion.
Ken, all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
And the next one's pretty much the same thing, just another part of the process. Alright, so,
That's for the recycling.
yeah. Alright, any questions on that?
I have a question. So from my understanding, recycling and landfill really combined these days, there's really no separation. Are we still separating both recycling and landfill.
As far as what, like, they're taking the recycling, it's a separate, it's not getting dumped in.
Or that's what I was checking out, are they truly separating the bottles, the plastic, and everything else?
Yeah, it goes in single stream, from what I understand, don't quote me on this, but it goes in single stream, and there's machines that separate everything out based on like its weight and stuff, so then it gets put into it, so. So, yeah, so I mean, it's, yeah, it's
It's
actually,
separated from the household trash, but
Yeah.
each individual recycle is not separated.
Okay, that's what I was checking on, okay.
so, but I mean, it's actually a good thing, right? We're asking for more money, that means more people are recycling, so it's
Yeah. There you go.
So
Silver lining.
positive things, yeah.
glass half full.
Alright, so with that, I will entertain a motion to approve the request from the transfer fund, request for transfer from reserve fund to trash and disposal department fund in the amount of $6,000 to pay for the remaining single stream recyclables disposal fees.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll accept a motion to transfer from reserve fund to trash disposal and collection in the amount of $6,000.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, thank you.
Notice
What's that?
we had another transfer
Okay.
given to us. Old Colony Vocational Education Assessment, we needed to move $8,500 to other vocational assessments. It has to go over to Bristol Plymouth, I reckon.
That is correct.
Yes, move over to Bristol Plymouth.
See that anywhere? Can you explain that a little bit more, what's it?
It's not on the agenda, so that's an issue.
So we got one from Old Colony, because we have fewer kids going there now, they needed to move $8,500 from there that was not being used to cover fees at Bristol Plymouth. And the
I
amount
think
was
they already
$8,500.
I was
approved
gonna
it
say,
though.
this was on your
Yeah,
last
see,
agenda.
the
I was like,
selectmen
no,
already
I-
approved it.
Okay, I was
We
like,
Oh,
need-
okay,
We need to
okay.
approve it.
Cause this, I was like, that does sound
Well,
good.
we-
I see the signatures on the,
Alright.
Okay,
Thank you,
Alright,
I
great.
thought I was going.
on 6-6.
so I'll accept a motion to move that $8,500.
Can I make a motion?
Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 Alright, so now we're done, so we'll have to sign our documents before we close the meeting. New requirement, open law. Open meeting law.
Fingerprints?
What's that?
Fingerprints.
Yeah, and I don't make the rules.
That might be next.
DNA? What's that?
There it is, that's possible.
I'm trying to get people to eat bugs.
Where's the key?
Huh?
That's possible, page stuck on
Huh?
popped up what I want to know.
Crunchy is good.
My mouse was dying.
Candy, milks.
I love it.
Really?
We'll talk about the
That's the worst.
Listen, at the town meeting, what, I never found out. Wow.
Margaret, do we need to sign anything?
Look, good.
Yes, we need to sign.
Here's the first two, Margaret. The other two.
I think you signed it.
Oh, no, yeah, you guys don't, do I have to sign any of the others?
Yeah, the other two, yeah. We're just getting everybody to sign over here.
I didn't sign that, I didn't vote yes on it.
It's a valid question, it's like, yeah, it does have rights, but it's just.
Yeah, I'm going to
A little different.
this thing on the,
Well,
coming up this road, just let me.
Got it.
I signed this one twice, right? This is mine, or not, do I sign it twice?
I usually never do it.
So, if you have questions or so questions put out there, I think it's a good place to ask.
Copy my signature. That's a good idea. I wonder how my signature's changed since I've been on board.
Yeah, I'll just take a copy of them. Then I'll get it to you.
Okay, my work is done.
This is just from my notes.
Kim, thank you.
Hi, Kim.
This one right here.
Oh, this one.
No, she looks skinny.
Okay, so this is the first right of refusal, two others. Excuse me. So we'll just like whatever.
Did I get them all away? I wasn't supposed to do that.
That's it, yeah.
We're
That's all on our checks.
That one is everybody agreed.
I think the reserve funds are in everybody's.
Do you have the old colony one?
This is just the,
Okay,
those ones are all set. You are done.
we're all done? Alright, with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion made.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Aye.
I emailed it to you.
Okay.
But I would have done it after their last meeting, so it would have been.
Right, no, I have it, I just.
If you don't, I have a copy on my desk anyway, so.
Sign that.
Okay. Works for me. I don't care.
All right, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.